So, if your business relies on your vehicle, think Uber, DoorDash, or Lyft, the last thing you want to see is this, or any of these. An unexpected vehicle breakdown can lead to expensive repairs, lost clients and fares, essentially a total stop in your income.
On top of this, 1099 drivers must accurately log their mileage to maximize tax deductions. With the IRS deduction rate being 72.5 cents a mile, this is more important than ever. Drivers lose thousands of dollars in missed deductions every year. Forgetting to log just 10 miles a day leads to more than $2,600 in missed deductions. Furthermore, the average repair bill is around $300 to $500, but 1 in 3 Americans cannot afford an unexpected $400 expense. When your car stops, your income stops.
I'm Om. I used to work at Tesla as part of hardware and diagnostics and actually used to drive for DoorDash.
I'm Pranav. I served as a mechanic in the Singapore Army.
Both of us understand firsthand the pain points and technical nuances of managing your own vehicle. Combining our expertise, we created Automotic.
Automotic is your 24/7 mechanic and mileage tracker. Our product delivers real-time insights, letting you know exactly how your vehicle is doing and if any maintenance is required. It also logs every single mile automatically, maximizing your deductions and saving thousands. Our system captures vehicle data through a wireless OBD2 scanner. Just plug it in and forget about it. Here's how it works under the hood.
As soon as your engine starts, real-time vehicle data such as engine health and your odometer is captured and logged every time you drive. This data is then analyzed by our AI agent, which produces detailed mileage logs and vehicle diagnoses, maximizing your deductions while minimizing your downtime. Existing tools are failing 1099 workers. You have your standard diagnostic tools, which merely show you issues after the fact and have no mileage tracking built in. You also have mileage tracking phone apps. However, these require the user to activate and monitor. Forgetting to do this leads to smaller deductions and more money lost. Automotic is the only integrated solution built for gig drivers. Our hardware ensures accurate and automatic mileage tracking alongside real-time, robust fault detection.
We will sell the hardware at cost to drivers. We have an annual subscription fee for our mobile app charged during tax season, generating value for drivers when they need it the most.
The total market for Automotic is all high-mileage American drivers, coming out to around $3 billion in yearly revenue. We plan to primarily target 1099 workers and SMBs with vehicle-related business expenses. Our 3-year target is 5% of the sub-market. We currently have our initial MVP and are preparing for a pilot program with 250 gig workers. By Q4 2026, we will launch our public beta. With intelligent diagnostics and accurate mileage tracking, Automotic saves drivers thousands, 1 mile at a time. Thank you.
So, quick question based off of your interviews with gig drivers. Is this the biggest problem they're facing, is tracking their miles, or are there other problems that are bigger than this one?
So actually our initial product was purely on diagnostics. Well, our initial hypothesis was the breakdowns are the biggest problem. And what we found out is that the value add of breakdowns is not significant enough to convert customers. A lot of people's cars just never break down and they won't see any utility in said product. However, tracking miles, that's a yearly deduction. That's thousands of dollars in deductions that you can save. That's a yearly value add. And we found out that that is a significant factor in a lot of gig drivers' workflows. So hence we decided to combine both products. We did a semi-pivot there into one cohesive product. Yes.
Then I have a question about the numbers of that, because I was a bit curious. You mentioned the amount of money you save on the deductions, but the actual money you save would be in the tax savings. So the tax is some percent of the deductions, maybe 12% or something like that. So we're already not talking about thousands. But the question I have is, if there's already an app called Stride or something like that, which is free, what I'm asking is, what's the value add of yours over Stride? And then multiply by the tax rate to go and find out how much they would save. You see what I mean? There's already a free alternative in the market. It's called Stride. So what I want to know is, what is the after-tax gain of using your system compared to them using Stride?
So one of the disadvantages of apps like Stride is that they use your phone's GPS, and so sometimes the phone's operating system can suspend that process, and maybe sometimes those miles get missed. In our case, those miles are never lost because we have a hardware system that just tracks every single mile. And so also there's no user intervention needed to say, okay, I'm starting a drive right now, and so we should track these miles.
Right, but the question still stands. So the question is, did you work out, suppose that, that amount of loss, suppose you took that amount of loss, multiplied by the amount that it's worth, multiplied by the 12% for tax, then how much is left? That's the question.
Yeah, so that delta, so those sort of hidden miles that we find is something that we're hoping to prove through our pilot program and see how much we can actually get out of it.
Question for you. You said one of the problems with the existing apps for tracking 1099 miles is that they don't technically work all the time. I see two, mileage tracker and GridWise. I think the former is a CMU company. Both have 47,000 and 27,000 reviews, 4.9 rating out of 5. How do you explain the rating, yet it's part of your problem statement?
So there's a setting that you can toggle in your phone to say, I never suspend this app. And so that's like some extra friction that the driver has to be aware of. And if they are not fully aware of that, then they may be losing miles that they don't know about.